Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
A little giddy, but hey, it is what it
Not too bad, not too bad.
is. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the commentary zone. We are going to do a quick review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 7, The Jet Set and the Upset.
Yeah, that's generally how the episode went. I'll just say now there was not much there. Let's see. The only three things I took away from the episode were Candy having people sign NDAs for threesomes, Kenya renting a jet for her and Latoya in Brooklyn to go to South Carolina, and was there anything else? Or was that it? Oh, um, Portia spilling the beans about Latoya talking about Drew's weight. That's all I got.
What did I take away from this episode? Cynthia has no friends. Um, let's see. Who gives away underwear to other women if it's not a bachelorette party? And check the AC on the bus, I guess. Like,
Hmm.
ugh. I'm
So
so
do you want?
disappointed in this season of this franchise.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, do you want to do a quick recap and then we just break down the main points?
Yeah. So basically,
Okay.
Cynthia has no friends because she's calling everybody and she's getting sent to voicemail. Um, Drew is out walking with her husband Ralph. I guess they're friends again. Um, Kenya and Latoya meet for lunch. Um, Drew decides to hold a pre-trip dinner at her home that she's about to move out of.
Hmm.
It's the day of the trip, and Portia is first to arrive. Oh my God, I only have one page of notes. Yeah, and that's it. And they head off for South Carolina on the bus while Kenya and Latoya take a private jet.
Go
So,
ahead.
yeah. Do we want to even discuss Drew and Ralph on her scooter
No, I mean they were on the scooter. I mean they seem to be liking each other.
for now?
So I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that's good. I think that's it's. I hope they keep this. Um, I really hope they keep this train going because they really need to um work on being friends, and then because it's like sometimes you feel like, are y'all really together? Like, do y'all really like each other like that, or what's going on? So I want them to keep
Yeah,
the magic. You know what I mean?
yeah. No one wants to see a marriage breakup. But the only questionable comment that I have was the one where he told her, I owe you a trip, referencing back to his trip to Tampa that he didn't tell anybody about. Um, and I agree with her. The big difference is that she is notifying him and making arrangements so that she can go on this trip. She's just not disappearing out
Right.
of the blue and abandoning her family. So, ugh.
So
Anyway.
I'll tell you what I'm doing right now because my main thing was the whole um Kenya renting a private jet. So I'm just doing a little bit of research on that. So just give me two
Mhm.
seconds. Because for me, I want because I'm like, did she really pay for this jet?
Mhm.
So I just want to see. So
It can be written off as an expense because she is using it on the show.
right. So I'm just like, okay, this is
Oh,
interesting.
and there are services where you can get a private jet super cheap
Hmm.
if you do it one way. Like if the jet needs to be in South Carolina, but it's in Miami, but it's going up empty, they will sell those seats super cheap because they're making the real money with their pickup in South Carolina.
Hmm.
So they're private jet services that offer those legs that are that would typically go empty, they charge enough to cover the fuel.
Right. That makes sense. 'Cause I just did like a little quickie. Just found a site that does estimation. So roughly before one way for Brooklyn, Latoya, and Kenya,
And the
they
nanny,
add. Oh, the nanny. I forgot
the
about her.
nanny was in there.
I mean, so be but four of them. So be between. It says about 3,800 to 4,300. So not too bad.
Yeah, it's doable and a write-off.
Right. So I'm like, did she really pay for it? Because like you got cause I was thinking like, well, you have like the renovations on your home, like your daughter, like other expenses. So I'm like, a charter plane, and you got to pay the nanny too. So I mean, it's doable. Like you said, it's a write off too.
Well, the nanny has to be. Isn't that a full-time nanny that she has for Brooklyn?
Well, when you so depending on the contract, if you travel, if you're traveling with the child, you generally that fee is generally negotiated. So I just went on the assumption like the nanny is just paid for like the nanny in the state because some nannies charge extra when you go out of state. That's all.
I don't
Because it's
know. If you're a
because
live-in, if you're a live-in
I don't
though, that
is the
should be
nanny a
covered.
living? Is the nanny a living though?
We don't
That's another we
know.
got. Yeah,
We
that's
don't
another thing.
know. But I would think she would want a live-in because it would be more cost effective, especially
Hmm.
when she's filming and she has to do evening events and stuff like that. If you're paying per hour, it can add up. But if you have a live-in who's there, sleeping in Monday through Friday or whatever the schedule is, it might be more cost effective and it's a stabling force for the child where the person is always there.
Hmm.
You get what I mean? Not like
Yeah.
somebody from
Yeah.
care.com. Oh my god.
No, but
Okay,
it makes
so
sense.
mhm.
But
No, I wanted to go to this next scene, which was a waste of time. Kenya meets Latoya for lunch. Um, I don't understand why they leave their umbrellas everywhere. I don't understand why she's giving Latoya underwear. I don't understand why Latoya is smelling them. I don't understand why Kenya tells Drew about the private jet only to turn around and text her later not to say anything.
you're right. If you don't want to know, just don't say anything.
Correct.
That's how I look at it. Like how y'all getting there? We getting there early just to set up everything up for you. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. So the reason why Drew calls Kenya during this lunch is to invite her to the dinner. Um, but yeah, Kenya is arranging all of this for their trip to South Carolina. She has a sprinter arranged that will be going to Candy's house where everybody will rendezvous and get on the sprinter and drive up 5-hour drive.
Mm,
Wow.
yeah. Let's listen from here to LA, but still, I wouldn't want to do it. But still, I don't like driving like that. So
Yeah. Sure. Let's see. Latoya did ask her about her relationship with Mark. And I guess we see some scenes where she is upset that Mark, like, she doesn't feel like Mark can tell her what to do with her kid. But it's not just her kid, it's their
exactly,
kid.
their child. Compromise, people compromise.
Yeah. Maybe she should have stuck to the sperm bank, like how Phaedra said.
I think she should have, to be completely honest. That was just her. Yeah, I mean, it's just this is just why people really think it's just the whole marriage and the child's for a storyline. We always knew she wanted to be a mother, which is completely fine. I understand that, but
Mhm.
getting married and having to go through all this with no prima, I mean, like it's just too much for like you got your daughter, that's fantastic, but you could have got your daughter on your own. You
Yeah.
could have had your child on your own. That's all.
Yeah.
Because she's more than capable.
Did you realize that they were separated for a year already? I didn't realize that.
I mean, we never saw him, so I feel like they were really never married,
Okay.
in my opinion.
All right, so let's pop on over to Drew's house. It's the night of her dinner event where she's invited all the ladies over. Um, we see Ralph sprucing up the decor of the event. What was the theme was LA to the A, and she's calling her wig Sasha or something.
Hmm.
As the ladies arrive, I don't know. This scene just seemed weird to me, but it seemed forced. I shouldn't say weird. It just seemed forced. Um, it's at her house where Kenya, no, not Kenya. Portia decides to tell Drew what Latoya was saying about her wig and letting her know that Candy and Cynthia were there too.
I was like, Portia, come on now, just being messy.
Yeah, but it was the only time perked up in the episode.
It was. I was just like, Portia, no. I'm like, oh well, like it was gonna come out sooner or later. And on to Latoya, what were your thoughts on her not showing up?
You know, Kenya forced that invitation, and Latoya just no showed. I question her manners. I question whether she really wants to be a part of the cast, because you can't be a part of the cast if you're only agreeable with Kenya and no one else in the
Right.
cast.
That's
So
how I
I don't
felt.
understand her role.
Exactly. My thing is this: it's like someone invited you. Either you show up or you let them know that you let them know in advance. I can't make it. That's it. You don't just not show up because she had a place set for her and everything. I'm like, see, that's super cool. I mean, and this is after you already said made little digs against her in the first place, but she still invited you into her home to have dinner,
Mhm.
and not to
Mhm.
show up is just rude. And my thing is this: like, you not showing up to these things doesn't make you look good, and it doesn't make your chances look good for coming back next season. So I don't understand what you're trying to do here. You can't just film with Kenyan.
It's just very weird how she's strategizing her role in this show. It makes no sense to me.
And it's funny because from if I recall correctly, Candy is your friend. Candy's how you got into the show.
Oh, really?
Let me double check. I think I'm right.
Oh, wow. Because you wouldn't think that based on what we've seen, because she automatically just gravitated towards Kenya from the very beginning.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was right. Yeah. From this is I'm just gonna read an excerpt for AtlantaBlackStar.com, titled "The Combo We Never Knew We Needed." Um, and it says Candy Burrs is all about making memories with her friends. The combo we never knew we needed. Candy Burrs and Latoya Forever's friendship has fans catching all the feels. So yes, they were the friend. Like Latoya, came in through Candy.
Catching all the feels where? Oh my God, whatever.
But this is way back in August 2020 though. So
Oh,
they did. I
okay.
think it looks like they did a YouTube video on Latoya's channel. So
Hmm.
I think people saw that video and they were super excited to have her on the show. And I guess she made a good impression on the YouTube video. But after the whole Instagram live situation, plus her husband not allowing the kids to film, thus leading to her demotion on the show. Plus, no Nene to fight with because basically, yeah, from what I understand, before before the season started, her and Nene had words and social media, so she came in with a lot of fanfare, but with no Nene, and you can't show your kids. And I guess the husband, or soon to be ex husband, or separated, or whatever, the separated, I believe. I mean, she went from peach to friend,
Pit.
right? So she's not getting the screen time. Like, I think she just came in with too much of a thought process, a thought in her head of what she was going to
Mhm.
do, and now that all that's changed, she doesn't know what to do. why she's latched on to Kenya so much is very interesting, and how Kenya's been so accepting is very interesting. Like, what's going on there? And like you just brought up, you wouldn't even think Kenya and Latoya were friends because she's so on Kenya. But I think she sees Kenya as the quote unquote star of the show, so she's trying to get in good with her to secure a spot. But by trying to do that, you look thirsty. You look, I mean, very parched. I mean, find a hose and turn it on and just get over it. And it's just crazy because I would think that as a YouTuber, never has happened before. She has a very good following. I think over 1 million subscribers. Like, why wouldn't you show yourself um, doing a video? Why wouldn't show yourself doing a podcast with another YouTuber, helping another YouTuber grow their platform? Why aren't we seeing you and Candy doing a show on your channel? I mean, because YouTube is a very interesting thing, very interesting space right now due to the pandemic. So this was a golden opportunity, friend or not. Like it's easy
Mm.
to do, and it's an opportunity for you to grow your like Latoya Forever channels slash brand. Excuse me. So I just feel like she's wasted this platform that so many people would love to have, and it's just disappointing to be honest.
Well, I don't know too much about the YouTube thing, but her performance on this season leaves a lot to be desired. But we also find out during the dinner, Drew shares with the ladies that her mom is a pastor. Ralph plays the piano, and she sings at the church. And they asked her to sing something, and she sounds cute. I like her voice. It's
Hmm.
pretty.
Yeah, it's crude. It's been done, but it's crude.
Of course, Portia chimes in with her opinion. And of course, we take a walk down memory lane to hear her singing at a reunion the same song.
Hmm.
We see everyone packing, getting ready. Um, yeah, Portia's talking with her mom about PJ's schedule. Candy is packing with Todd, telling her that she looks thick. We also hear from Todd that he is going to be Mike's MC at his bachelor party, and it's Todd who suggests to Candy to do a bachelorette while you're up in South Carolina.
Hmm.
Um, I bet he regrets that. Da, da, da. We see Cynthia getting ready with Noelle. Just all of the normal stuff. Then we have the day of the trip.
Hmm.
Latoya's luggage rolls away into a ditch. Kenya is sorting out the baby seat with the driver who doesn't look that interested. Um, then we are over to Candy's house where Portia, Shamia, and Dennis arrive first, which is to be noted by everyone. She's actually, I think she's got a watch that actually works now. So I think
Right.
it's great. Um, let's see. There's a little interaction between her and Candy where they do a group hug, and then Portia says kiss, and Candy's like, no, not again. Um, let's see who else arrives. Da, da, da. Hold on. We see Marlo arrive in a hazmat suit. Who else shows up for this jankety trip?
Shamia.
Shamia came with Kenya. Tanya,
Tanya.
whatever. Tanya arrives. At the airport, we see Portia, Kenya, and Latoya. They're all buckled up and ready to go. On the bus, the AC does not work, and everybody is heated. Who tells Marlo? Well, before we get to Marlo, the Kenya and Latoya arrive in South Carolina. They go over to a beautiful beach house. It kind of reminded me of Cameron's home. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. She says that the nanny and Brooklyn have their own villa. Kenya and Latoya go around and assign all of the bedrooms, giving the worst one to Marlo because Kenya heard that Marlo was talking bad about her, but that's nothing new.
Right.
Um, Back on the hot bus, we hear various conversations, which I'll let you talk about. And we also see Marlo showing a picture of Brooklyn from social media saying that she had a better seat on the private jet than they did.
Right.
And Portia goes into a meltdown.
So basically, the conversation was first conversation was about um the private jet. Drew knew. The ladies were upset because like why weren't they invited? Stuff like this. Like y'all know what y'all weren't invited. Just quit playing this type of games. Kenny just did it to be shady. That it is what it is. And then we had to go into the main conversation. They were talking about threesomes or like, and it just came up in passing like, oh, like I bet you have. I don't know who said it, but something like you probably have people signing NDAs, huh? Can you talk? Yes, I do. They're like,
I
for
thought it was
real?
Marlo. I thought it
He goes,
sounded
well,
like
okay.
her voice. And that's
And
be
then
something that she'd say anyway.
true. And Ken, they're like, Kenny's like, yeah, dude. They're like, are you serious? She's like, yeah. So I'm like, I'm sure Kenny got a whole bunch of NDAs out there on people.
But she has to. I mean, she, she has a lot to protect.
A lot.
She supports a lot of individuals,
Mm-hmm.
and if you want to get your nasty on, there's nothing wrong with that, but don't be stupid and not protect yourself when doing it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So for me, I'm not sure for you. For me, that was just all the episode was.
Yeah, yeah, it
I
it
mean,
was rather dull.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
And it was Candy who said it last week. Over the next few weeks,
yeah.
this cannot drag on at this pathetic pace any longer. Like,
Mhm.
I'm really giving this the benefit of the doubt, but this season is sucking balls for me. It really
Exactly.
is. Um, like I gave up on OC
Oh,
before this. Like,
yeah. For me, I think what we said was we got through 4 episodes of OC. And we just said we can't do
think
it.
so. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm rooting for these girls. I'm rooting for the Atlanta crew, but they're making it very, very difficult. And it just leads me to feel that when we do finally get to what's supposed to be the juicy part, it's going to be a bust.
It's gonna be a bust. I think we all know it. We can see by the previews. Yeah, it's a bust. I have no hope.
I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed because I know I'm going to continue watching and I'm going to be disappointed, which
Yeah,
really sucks.
I'm not gonna be disappointed because I know what we're getting, so I'm good. I'm just gonna watch it just to commentate and give it a little.
Oh my god. Well, okay, that is a wrap
Yes,
for
it
the
is.
For the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 7, The Jet Set and the Upset. If you like our recaps, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and bang that notification bell. And most importantly, tell your friends, come and join the fun. And let's share different points of views on these boring butthole reality shows. Until
All
next
right.
time, bye.
Bye.